Welcome to week 7 of this prenatal yoga series. Today's class is all about honoring everything your body is already doing and giving it the rest that it needs. Today's class is going to be very gentle. We're not going to come off the floor today. We're going to embrace props. So if you have a bolster, if you have blocks, blankets, pillows, cushions off your bed, bring them all in for today's class. Getting yourself as comfortable as you possibly can be today is the goal. So bring all of those props in. Let's get on our mat and get going. So we're going to start our practice today in a child's pose. Let's make it a really supported child's pose. So bring in your blocks. Let's take a couple and stack them up. Take the knees nice and wide so that as you fold and rest over the bolster, you've got space for the belly to just hang between the legs. I want you to really rest into the supports beneath you. To let everything sink and soften. Take a big breath in. Imagine you're filling the belly fully. And a long, slow breath out, emptying all of the air out of the body. And again, a full deep breath in. And this time, as you exhale, can you soften in that little bit more? Resting completely onto the bolster. Keep breathing in your own rhythm, filling the lungs fully, and then completely emptying them. On your next breath, use the hands to slowly bring yourself back up. Roll the shoulders a couple of times, just releasing any tension across the neck and the shoulders. And then reach one hand behind you and just take a gentle twist looking over the shoulder. You can let the hips rock to that side as well, maybe anchoring in with the opposite hand. Full breath in here. And then gently release back to center, opposite side. Again, allowing the hips to move as well, so we're not putting any strain through the pelvis. Breathing fully here. Good, releasing back to the front. We're going to bring our legs out in front of us for a forward fold. If you know your hamstrings are tight, maybe bring another bolster or cushions or a rolled blanket underneath your hips, just to make the stretch through the hamstrings not as intense. If your hamstrings are really flexible, you don't need to be up on the blanket. And then just bring your legs into a position that feels comfortable for you. So they don't have to be completely together. Work with what feels good for your body. And then just use that bolster as a support to rest over. So we get beautiful rounding through the back, but also that gentle stretch at the back of the hamstrings and in the back line of the body as well. Let the head rest. You might like to make the legs active by drawing the toes back towards you, or you can just keep them soft and gentle. Again, breathing into the belly. On your next breath, just bring the spine up to sit up tall. This time, inhale the hands to the sky. Interlace the fingers, reach them up. And then exhale, take the right hand down to the side and the left arm up and over. And then inhale back through center. And then exhale the left hand over, reach the right arm. See if you can anchor down with this right hip. Breathing here. And then inhale back. Let's move the bolster out the way for now. I'm going to bring the soles of the feet in towards each other and let the knees fall out to the side. If this is too intense of a stretch for your inner thigh, bring those blocks in underneath the knees. And then I want you to hold onto the feet as you inhale, lift the chest up tall. Either staying here, or if it feels good to roll on in, you can. Just letting the head rest down towards the toes. And then let yourself sink and soften into supports beneath you. So notice where the knees rest on the blocks. Notice the face and neck soft. Notice the breath moving in, moving out. On your next breath, come to sit up tall once more. Interlace the fingers and rise them high above the head. As you exhale, open out to the right. And then inhale back through center. Open out to the left. Inhale through center. Let's do this a couple more times. Just moving with your breath. And then coming back to center. So from here, let's move the blocks out the way for now. We want to bring the bolster in behind us because we're going to lay back over the bolster and do some chest opening. So bring your bolster in. You can move your blanket out the way too if you don't want it, or use it to bring your chest up a little bit higher if you like. And the legs can be however is comfortable for you. So they can be in a cross-leg position. You could bring the soles of the feet back together. You could stretch them out long. Rest the palms up towards the ceiling and just let the chest open to start. You breathe into this space beneath the sternum and feel like those ribs are expanding as you breathe in. And softening and releasing as you breathe out. Take another deep breath in. A long, slow breath out. See if you can notice how your body is feeling. Noticing any points of tension in the body. And see if you can breathe into those parts of you. Letting the breath expand and release. And just being with your body in this present moment, not forcing it to change, just allowing it to be, and noticing. Then on your next breath, take the hands above the head and just hold onto opposite wrists. Let the elbows fall out to the side. Noticing how this changes the stretch, maybe in the chest, the shoulders, maybe in the arms. And then bring the soles of the feet up and adjust your body so the knees can gently knock together. Noticing how this might create some space in the low back, maybe some stretch. And then let the knees gently fall over to one side. Maybe shifting the hands to the opposite side to slightly increase the stretch. Breathe in deep. Expanding and releasing into any points of tension. And then slowly draw the knees back through center. And exhale them over to the opposite side, maybe adjusting the hands as well. Breathing here. Gently release the knees back into the center. I'm going to roll off the bolster for now, but keep it close by because we'll be using it shortly as we head to Shavasana. Come back down onto your backs, using your hand to support, so we're not putting any pressure on the core. I'm going to come into our bridge pose, so just doing a few roll ups and downs here. So keep the feet in nice and close to the hips, about hip distance apart as well. Rest the palms on the mat and slowly inhale. Press that low back into the floor as you roll the spine one vertebrae at a time, slowly coming up. And then hold for a breath at the top. Gently squeezing the knees in towards each other before slowly rolling down, one vertebrae at a time. Good. Release the hips to the mat. Maybe give the hips a little bit of a rock and a roll. Just releasing any tension that we created there. And we're going to do this a few more times with our own breath. So one vertebrae at a time, pressing into the floor as you lift the hips up. Taking an extra breath at the top, squeezing the knees towards each other. And then slowly rolling down. And continuing in this way. Just reflecting on all that your body is doing right now. The absolute magic that a woman's body can turn a few cells into an entire human being. And even though you might be feeling nauseous and tired, See if you can also honor everything that your body is currently doing. By hopefully recognizing this, we can also give our body the nurturing that it needs at this time. The rest, the good food, the loving kindness and compassion that we often are so good at showing everybody else, but not so good at giving ourselves. Final one, finishing up, slowly rolling yourself all the way down. Drawing the knees in towards the chest, making sure they're nice and wide so there's no belly compression, and just rocking from side to side here. Working towards our happy baby, so soles of the feet up towards the sky, draw the knees down, and then either hold onto the shins, or if you can reach the outside of the feet, and then gently draw the feet down, bending the elbows, and maybe rocking side to side. Good. Gently release the feet, draw the knees back in towards each other. Take the right leg over the left. Find hold of the feet, and then gently draw them in. So getting a little bit of a glute stretch here. Keeping the shoulders and neck soft as you do this. And then gently release. Change the cross of the legs, hold on to the feet, and gently draw the feet in towards the hips. Big breath in here, letting go of anything that you're still holding on to in this class. Maybe even sighing it out the mouth a couple of times, inhaling. Good. And then releasing the feet, we start to prepare to settle into our Shavasana. And given this is a pregnancy Shavasana, we're going to start practicing Shavasana on our side. Obviously, at this early stage of pregnancy, you are still welcome to lay on the back if that is more comfortable for you. But as we go towards later stages of pregnancy, I want to encourage you to start side lying and to start supporting your hips in a side lying position. So maybe a bolster underneath the head and a blanket or a pillow between the knees and the ankles so that the hips stay in nice alignment. This is going to feel nice in bed as well if you're starting to get any hip pain. Or perhaps this is a second or third pregnancy where you know you tend to get pelvic pain. You want to start by supporting the hips now. So get yourself comfortable. Closing down the eyes when you're ready. Just as when we started, breathe deep and let your body sink into its supports. So notice the bolster under the head. Notice the mat and the floor beneath you. Notice the blanket or the bolster or cushion between the knees and the ankles. Start tuning into your breath, the inhale and the exhale. And let each breath take you deeper, sinking further into relaxation, softening, and letting go of any tensions or worries. And just allowing yourself to be here in this moment with your beautiful growing baby within you. Send the breath to the womb. Imagine your baby growing there. Let yourself revel in the wonder that is your body, growing this entire human from scratch while you rest, while you breathe, while you simply be. It's time now to start slowly bringing yourself back. Wriggle fingers and toes. Stretch long. And then when you're ready, slowly coming up. And coming to have a seat. Bringing the hands to heart or maybe to belly. As always, it is an honor to share these practices with you. Remember, this is a part of a 40-week series. Make sure that you subscribe so that you get next week's class. I can't wait to practice again with you soon. Peace.